Why, hello everybody, and welcome to the Truly Odd podcast, where we bring you the latest in game news and movie news. I'm your host, Joe Garcia. So grab your controllers, get your popcorn, and let's go ahead and dive right on in, shall we? Starting off with some of our game news topics of the day. Looks like we have a trailer for a game called Kaku Ancient Seal, which looks pretty interesting if you ask me. We're gonna go ahead and take a look and remind you guys. Sometimes I'm gonna have to mute this and stuff because YouTube doesn't like, you know, sharing things. But let's see how this goes, shall we?
At first sight, I could tell you were exceptional. Sega entrusted you with his divine power for a reason. Maybe you can truly break the ultimate seal.
All right, we've been playing it for a while. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't cut a lot out, but luckily, I wasn't commenting on it, so I'm gonna start commenting here. But this gameplay looks a lot of fun. Looks really interesting. It reminds me of a game I played kind of recently on the PlayStation. I can't remember what it's called, but it has similar graphics, and it's with a girl. You have a staff, and you have like blue lightning powers or something like that. I can't remember what it's called for the life of me, but this does look pretty interesting. I'm loving the way this looks. I love games like this where it's kind of not necessarily kiddish, but it has that kiddish feel. But you have superpowers and you do all this extra stuff, and I really enjoy games like this. So hopefully this game comes out and it turns out really well. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, but let me know what you guys think. Are you excited to check out Kaku? Oh, Kaku Ancient Seal for. Moving on to our next topic of the day, we have another trailer that dropped. It's from a game called Dead Take. This comes to us from Game Informer, actually. Well, the trailer was dropped from the studio, but Game Informer has an article about the game. If you're interested in hearing more, of course, I'll have everything in the description down below. But this looks like one of those old school games where they actually mix a little bit of the live action with the gameplay itself, and you can kind of intertwine things. It's a pretty interesting trailer. We're gonna go ahead and take a look here, and I'm gonna be a little quiet again. YouTube might have a finicky bitch fit about it, but let's see what ends up happening. All right, guys, go ahead and check this out.
Finny, get out of there, please. Just answer the fucking phone! I'm outside Duke's place. I'm outside. I'm coming for you.
Duke doesn't just make movies.
Action.
He creates worlds.
He's always watching. Nothing escapes him.
Vinny, do you know how important this is?
You look delicious.
No, you look delicious.
No, stop, come on.
Miss Kane, do you need any water?
No, let's just hurry this up.
Wow, you look delicious.
Let's just hurry this up.
And the way he pushes his actors.
That part of this trailer I find interesting, that they're kind of taking these actors' performances and intersplicing them on purpose. I think that's going to be very interesting what things you can create as a player between, mixing in different dialogues and different cuts from the players and stuff like that. But this looks very, very creepy. I think this might be a VR game, but I'm not exactly sure. But the acting looks phenomenal. I'm loving the mix of live action and animation for gameplay. But let me know what you guys think. Is this a game that interests you? It kind of takes me back to an old game that I used to play. I can't remember what it's called, but it was a mix of live action actors and gameplay and stuff like that. It was like when I was super young, but it was a very interesting game. And I'm just curious what you guys think of this. I think it's very interesting that they're redoing something like this that they used to do back in the day, and I like the new introduction, especially for the horror aspect. I think horror games are very good for intertwining live action actors because it makes it a little more exciting, a little more real, and you can grasp onto it. And the concept seems really great, where you're a direct. You seem to be the director in a creepy scenario. I'm not exactly sure, but it seems very interesting. But let me know what you guys think of this gameplay trailer, and if you want to check it out. And again, I'll have everything linked in the description down below if you're interested in taking a look at everything. Moving on to our next game topic of the day. So recently there have been a lot of games getting canceled and things like that from Sony, from Xbox and stuff like that. But it looks like Sony canceled one of their live service titles that they were going to be working on. I don't think we ever got a title for this live service game, but apparently we have some leaked art from the game and things how things were going to look. If you're interested in hearing more about this, so go ahead and check the article down below. But this was going to be a live service shooter type game, and I do have a link to what some of the art was going to look like. So let's go ahead and take a look. This is, remember, is concept art, guys. So none of this was set in stone, or I don't know how far along they got with it. But very interesting. I'm not sure what the artist's name is. If I can find out what the artist's name is as we go through this, I will double check that and check it out for you. But very interesting art style here. I'm loving the way it looks. But you know, for me, it kind of looks like what they were doing with Concord. You know, as far as art style is concerned, maybe I'm mistaken. What do you guys think? Do you think it looks similar? And that's it for the art. But what do you guys think about this art? I'm loving the way this rifle looks. It looks pretty cool. His handgun looks cool as well. Just really really good concept art. Some artists are super damn talented, and man, you I can't even believe how talented some artist is with the work that they've done. I wish I knew this guy's name so I can give him credit, or gal's name so I can give her credit. But yeah, it was from, if they were going to create a new IP, it was supposed to be groundbreaking. It was some people that came from Call of Duty, and yeah, luckily, sadly, that did not come off the ground because Concord was a big flop, and the studio got really scared of doing things. I think this was going to be developed by Deviant Games, so I'm curious what they're going to be working on now, if they're working on anything, that is. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys think about this concept art. Were you hoping to check this game out? Were you excited for it? And are you sad the games are getting canceled and treated this way? Let me know what you all think in the comments down below. Moving on to our next topic, it seems that we're getting more layoffs in the game industry as the team at Virtus, which is one of the studios that helped with the remake of Oblivion, has recently laid off about 300 people. Really sad to see again, and I think that it's the really weird thing for me is Elden Elder Scrolls 4, the Oblivion remake, I think sold more in two months than the original sold in an entire year, if I'm not mistaken. But that's really sad to see. You know what? I'm curious if this article mentions that. It's funny. A lot of the times I take some of the information. I don't read through the entire articles because a lot of them are fluff. For me, if you guys haven't been reading articles and stuff like that, sometimes you want just general information, kind of what the headline provides in the general description. But what they do is they fluff up the damn article and don't give you the information to the last damn paragraph. So it's a bit annoying. So sometimes I just skim articles, or I don't even read them, depending, and I just get the information that I need. Sometimes I'll sit here and I'll take the time to actually read the articles, depending on what the story is and how much information I want to grab from it. But yeah, it's sad to see another 300 people getting laid off, and this game did very well, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't think this is in regards to the layoffs at Microsoft, because this studio is not connected to Bethesda and not connected to the Microsoft umbrella. They're their own thing. So I'm curious what their cut of the game was, or if they just got paid out to do the work and didn't get any of the back end as the game was being sold. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. More layoffs in the game industry. It seems like it's not going to be coming to an end anytime soon, sadly. So let me know what you all think in the comments down below. All right, moving on to our last game news topic of the day. And it's not really news, it's just more stuff I want to bring up. So, yesterday we talked about the most anticipated movies we're looking forward to for the rest of 2025 as we're halfway through the year. So, today I wanted to talk about the most anticipated games I'm looking forward to for the rest of the year. Whatever games you guys are anticipating, top 5, top 10, whatever you want to give me, go ahead and put them in the comments down below. But I have 10 games that I am anticipating. Now, mind you, I don't have all the money in the world, so I can't buy all of these games and play them or review them for you guys. But there are certain ones that I will definitely be purchasing, and I'll let you know which ones those ones are, as we go through this list right here. So starting off with our first game, it would be Little Nightmares 3. Now, mind you, again, I'm a chicken shit when it comes to horror games, so I'm not necessarily interested in this game. It's more my lady, but I've seen her play Little Nightmares 1, Little Nightmares 2, and I love the way she plays. Sometimes we play it together. So I think it'd be fun to definitely play this game. I'm excited to check it out, and I think it will be a very good entertaining time for Little Nightmares. Not a guarantee buy for me, but most likely for my lady, we're going to have to purchase it, so we'll have to see. A second game on this list is Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I think this game looks like a lot of fun. I'm loving the 2D platformer aspect of it, and it looks very interesting. And it's kind of similar to games I'm interested in creating eventually, so I'm going to be looking at this for inspiration to get things going for a project that I hopefully will eventually be working on in the future. Uh, yeah, but moving on to our third game, Ninja Gaiden 4. Now, I think these have been remastered, and I haven't checked out any of them. I was hoping what they would do is remaster all of them and send it out as a bundle, but it looks like they're doing them individually. But I'm going to have to check out the other Ninja Gaidens first, but I am excited for Ninja Gaiden 4, and hopefully I'll get a chance to check that game. Next game, our number 4, would be Mafia: The Old Country. Now, I'm a fan of the Mafia games. They're a lot of fun, a lot of interesting things, and I'm more interested in the story being told here. The gameplay doesn't look as appealing, especially from the gameplay footage we saw recently. So sadly, as I saw gameplay, it actually lowered on my list because it just doesn't look as exciting and action packed as I was hoping. But then again, they might be showing us a very slow part of the game, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. Moving on to our fifth game here. My fifth most anticipated game is Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. And the reason for this for me is because I truthfully have never played a Metal Gear Solid game, and I've heard many, many great things about them. And I'm hoping that this game could be a nice introduction for me to the Metal Gear Solid franchise, as it's retelling the original story, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, so that's exciting me to check that out finally. And here are the games that I will most likely be purchasing here forward. My sixth most anticipated game is Hell Is Us, which is just loving the concept, loving the mystery thriller aspect of it, and loving the sci-fi aspects of it. It looks very interesting and very entertaining, so I'm gonna definitely be checking that. Next one would be Last Souls Aside. This game looks very cool. I'm loving the art style. I'm loving the graphical, the way things are looking, and it looks like it's going to be a very fun game and very entertaining. So I can't wait to check that out. And again, I'm afraid of horror games, but my number 8 would be Silent Hill F. I am a fan of Silent Hill. Again, chicken shit, so don't play it all the way through. But I something about this trailer, something about the way that this game looks, about the way it was developed that just got me very excited. So I'm definitely going to have to be getting this game, and hopefully I'll be able to play with my lady so she could take over the controls and I can just enjoy the gameplay aspect of it. We'll have to wait and see. And my number 9 would be Gears of War Reloaded. Now, the fact that we're going to get all 3 of the games in one bundle on the PlayStation 5. I've never owned a Gears of War game. I only played them at my family's house because I had an Xbox 360, but I was more interested in different games than the Gears of War and Halo games. I don't know what it was about them that just didn't capture my attention back in the day. But as I played them with family and friends over the years, I just got very excited. And now that the fact that I get to replay or a remake, hopefully get to relive something that I missed out on when I was younger, I cannot wait to check this out. And on PS5 at that. which is really cool. And while I do have issues with them porting their games to PS5, it's just exciting to see things happen like this. So definitely gonna check that. And my most anticipated game for the rest of 2025 is, of course, Ghost of Yotei. I mean, who would have thought otherwise? I'm not sure what you guys think, but Ghost of Yotei, Ghost of Tsushima was a phenomenal game, and the fact that we're getting a sequel game, even though it's set years away, even though we have a different main character, I'm loving the fact that we get to tell a new story from a new perspective and new type of gameplay style and new weapons and stuff like that. I just cannot wait to check this game out. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, Ghost of Yotei is my most anticipated game for the rest of 2025. But let me know what you guys think. What are your most anticipated games for the rest of 2025? And what is exciting you the most about things going forward? And that does it for our game news topics of the day. We're going to go ahead and move on to our movie news topics. And forgive me, guys, I need to open them up here. Now, YouTube is a little fair when it comes to using video game footage for certain things, but they're a little bit wonky when it comes to movie footage and movie commentary. So we are going to watch these next two topics, which are some trailers, and I'm going to do my best to have a little bit of audio, but I'm going to cut in between to do some commentary over them. So yeah, our first movie news topic of the day is we now have Stranger Things Season 5 trailer that just dropped. How exciting for that. We're going to go ahead and... Oh, I'm on the wrong topic here. Yeah, there we go. Trailers. We're going to check out the trailer right now. And again, I'm going to have it really low so I could comment over it. And mind you guys, with this trailer, I think they've taken way too long to bring us Stranger Things Season 5, but I'm excited to finally be checking it out. And things just look very interesting with this trailer. They seem to have a lot of things going on, a lot of story being told. Forgive me, guys, I'm going to have to try to find a level here that's appropriate for what we're doing. I guess we're just going to have to stick there. I'm loving that they're bringing everyone back, but there's so much that needs to be done and needs to be told in this season. I'm curious how many episodes it's going to be. Yeah, see, with that music and stuff, I know I'm going to have to mute it because they're just going to cut it off and completely. So let's just go ahead and talk over this being muted. My apologies, guys. If you're interested, again, I'll have all the links in the description down below. But I'm loving that they're bringing everyone back and they're finally having a conclusion. Everyone... You know, it's funny. All these people I think are supposed to be like mid-teens, and they're all adults now. That's how long we've been waiting for this season. Very exciting to finally see what's going to happen with all these characters. That's Linda Hamilton. I did not know she was in this. Oh my god, I love Linda Hamilton. If you don't know who Linda Hamilton is, Terminator 2. I'm pretty sure that's her and not her sister. She has a twin sister, but I doubt that would be her twin sister. I don't think her twin sister is an actress. I could be mistaken about that. Yeah, but very exciting. I love the musical thing that they did here in the breath and stuff like that. Very interesting. And it looks like we are getting the return of the bad guy from last season, which I'm curious how they're going to explain that. I think they finished him off last season, if I'm not mistaken. But it's going to be finally nice to have a conclusion to this awesome story. And I think it might be time for a rewatch for all the seasons. Let me know what you guys think. Will we be rewatching all 4 seasons of Stranger Things? Yeah, there he is right there. I'm curious if that thing was decibels, if they were talking about that. But yeah, Stranger Things 5, guys. Final season. Oh, I think they have the release dates here. Yeah. So November 26th for Volume 1 and this Christmas for Volume 2. What do you guys think of this trailer? Are you excited for Stranger Things Season 5? Finally, I think they've taken way too long with this again, and I'm excited to finally check it out. And I might be doing a rewatch at the start of November to get caught up with everything and make sure I have a fresh in my mind what's going to be happening for the next season. Let me know what you guys think. Now, this next trailer is a teaser trailer for Mortal Kombat 2. But I'm loving what they're doing here because it's mostly a teaser for a Johnny Cage movie called Uncaged Fury, which is very interesting. I love the way that they did this. So let's go ahead and check this out. Now, I don't care what YouTube says. I'm gonna play this whole thing unmuted, and if I have to edit it out, I have to edit it out. But I'm gonna just let it play because I think this trailer is really really awesome. And I love who they got for Johnny Cage. Carl Urban is phenomenal.
Cinema, the studio that brought you Cool Hand Cage. Hard to cage.
And I love that they're doing like this 80s fucking movie announcement, guys. It's so cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Starring Johnny Cage.
It's showtime.
They pissed him off. They fucked with his shades. They should have brought more guys.
You should have brought more guys.
Man, that looks awesome. I can't wait for this. I can't wait. I know it's just a stupid teaser for a movie that doesn't actually exist, but man, that's exciting. What a cool teaser for Mortal Kombat 2. What do you guys think about this teaser? I personally am excited. I can't wait for the actual Mortal Kombat 2 trailer, but just the fact that we got this cool little tease is just very exciting to me and very interesting and very fun. I cannot wait to check this movie out. Now, mind you, the first Mortal Kombat movie, in my opinion, wasn't the greatest movie of all time. And honestly, I think they could have done a lot better. And I think Johnny Cage should have taken over for the previous main guy's part, you know, as the new booty, instead of introducing a whole new character none of us have ever heard of. But that being said, the fact that they're now bringing in Johnny Cage and, you know, telling the story now and hopefully improving on the faults from the last one, I cannot wait. What do you guys think? We're going to go ahead and move on to our next movie news topic of the day. It looks like, so Fantastic Four is coming out at the end of this month, into 10 days just about, or 9 days. And originally for the first trailer, we got a little glimpse at John Malkovich as Red Ghost, I guess. But it looks like the director has come out and said John Malkovich has been cut from the Fantastic Four movie, which is really sad to see. I was very excited to see John Malkovich. I love him as an actor. I think he's a phenomenal performer, but it looks like he's no longer going to be involved within this Fantastic Four movie, as they had to cut him for time and for certain reasons, you know, as the movie went on. John Malkovich, again, sad to see him go. He was one of the most exciting things for me for the trailer, only because the potential of who he could have been playing and what he could have been doing. But now we know who he was playing, Red Ghost, which is cool. It's one of the old Fantastic Four villains from back in the day. If you're interested in checking out this article and hearing more, again, I'll have everything in the description down below. But I just think it's sad to see. But that's the movie industry as it is. You know, you win some, you lose some. A lot of people get cut from films. I'm just curious as to why they would cut such a prolific actor from the film. Maybe his storyline just didn't match up with what they were trying to do overall. Maybe they were cutting for time. There's so many different things that they could have went. Maybe it was just a little cameo, little fun thing that they did, and they just want to introduce that. But sad to see him be gone from the film. So if you were looking forward to seeing who John Malkovich was, what he was going to be bringing to the table in Fantastic Four, go ahead and get your expectations and let it go for now, because he's no longer going. And moving on to our next movie news topic of the day. You saw this in our opening image here. It looks like we have our casting for our Legend of Zelda movie. And those actors are as follows. Bo Bargason, and who's going to be playing Zelda, and Benjamin Even Answorth as Link. Now, I don't know any movies that either of them are in, except for Benjamin. I only know one. He was the voice of Pinocchio in the Disney Pinocchio movie with Tom Hanks that came out. As far as Bo Bragason, I have never seen anything she's been in, but I'm sure that she's a phenomenal actress, I have no doubt that they did a lot that they wanted to do for casting. Now, I know initially there was rumors that Zelda was going to be played by, what's her name? The girl from Euphoria. can't remember her name, but the trans lady from Euphoria originally was going to be rumored to be taking on the role of Zelda, but looks like we have our actual casting. They went younger with both of the characters. It seems that they're going to be trying to build up a franchise and probably tell a story over many years as these characters can age into the characters. So very interesting that they got these almost unknown actors to come in and take over such a large franchise. I'm very curious how they're going to end up doing this. But yeah, exciting to see as it will be live action and not animated as most people were assuming. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this casting. Are you excited? Does you worry you a little bit that you don't know anything from these actors? Let me know what you guys think. And moving on to our last topic of the day, it looks like we now have our our 2025 Emmy nominations, and we're gonna go over some of those nominations right now. One of the first ones, I'm not gonna go over every topic. I want to focus on the main ones, which are gonna be outstanding drama series. Here we have nominations for Andor, The Last of Us, The Diplomat. Sorry, I skipped The Diplomat. The Diplomat, The Last of Us, Paradise, The Pit, Severance, Slow Horses, and White Lotus. Me, I've only seen The Pit and Severance out of this list. I'm not a big show guy only because once I get hooked on a show, I want to watch it all, and I hate when the seasons end. I want it to be finished. I'm more liking the short one series ones where you get them all in one chunk, so we get the entire story. But yeah, for me, The Pit was phenomenal. I love to see the here. I love Severance. That's phenomenal as well. I'm still going to be checking out The Last of Us. And I wasn't interested in checking out Andor, but seeing as how everyone's been hyping it up and everyone's been talking about it, everyone's been praising it, and now even it got Emmy nominations and we're done, I'm probably going to have to finally check it out. So I'll probably be doing that sometime this week or next week, or as the weeks come along and checking those. Moving on, we got our outstanding lead actress in a drama with Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates in Matlock. Forgive me, guys. I am horrible with names. So, Bella Ramsey in The Last of Us, Kara Russell in The Diplomat, Brittany Lower in Severance, and Shahar Hargan in Bad Sisters. Congratulations to them. Outstanding lead actor in a drama series, we have Sterling K. Brown in Paradise, Gary Oldman in Slow Horses, Pedro Pascal in The Last of Us, Adam Scott in Severance, and Noah Wally in The Pit. We also have the supporting actors here if you guys are interested in that. I'm going to skip down to outstanding comedy series that were nominated. Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building, Shrinking, The Studio, What We Do in the Shadows. Now, I've only seen Shrinking and The Studio out of this list. Now, that's not to knock anything from the other shows because, again, I haven't seen them, but Shrinking is an absolutely phenomenal series, and I hope it wins. And The Studio was very funny and very entertaining, but I just think Shrinking is above and beyond just phenomenal and great. And again, outstanding lead actor in a comedy series. We have Adam Brody in Nobody Wants This, Seth Rogen in The Studio, Jason Segel in Shrinking, Martin Short, No Only Murders in the Building, and Jeremy Allen White in The Bear. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of people complain that The Bear gets nominated for comedies because it's more drama, but I mean, I think, of course, Jason Segel, I am biased, Shrinking, I think is one of the best shows out there at the moment, so I definitely want him to be nominated or to win this prize as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there is a snub. Oh no, never mind. He is here. I misread this earlier. I was gonna say if Harrison Ford isn't nominated, I want Harrison Ford to win this. I think he deserves it over not only because of the years of work, but I think Harrison Ford for a while now has kind of been phoning it in with some of his careers. Not recently, but like the past couple years. But what he does in Shrinking, he really brings it. He brings us all. And if you have not seen Shrinking, guys, I highly recommend you go check it out. And if any of these shows you guys recommend and you want me to check out, please let me know which ones I should be checking out because again, I haven't seen all these shows and maybe I'm missing out. So go ahead and let me know which shows you guys are interested in. And the last one I wanted to mention was Outstanding Limited Series, which of course is Adolescence, Black Mirror, Dying for Sex, Monsters, and The Penguin. And The Penguin is the only one I've seen out of this list. Again, phenomenal series. And of course, outstanding leading actor in the limited series, of course, would be actress. Sorry, Kate Blanchett. And disclaimer, uh, I can't pronounce that name. I'm not even gonna butcher it like that because I feel bad. Rajah Jones in Black Mirror, Christine Milioti in The Penguin, and Michelle Williams in Dying for Sex. I think Christine Milioti is phenomenal in The Penguin, but I think she has some pretty strong competition here, if I'm not mistaken. I've been hearing great things about some of these performances, but let me know what you guys think. And of course, limited series actor Colin Farrell for The Penguin, who I think should win this because he just did phenomenal behind all that prosthetics and everything. So he did a job. Stephen Graham for Adolescence, Jake Gyllenhaal for Presumed Innocent, Brian Tyree Henley for Drop Dope Thief, Drop Thief. Jesus, I am dyslexic, guys, so forgive me. I fuck up like that sometimes. And Cooper Corch for Monsters. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What actors and actresses are you excited to see win? What shows are the best for you? And what are you most excited to see for these Emmy nominations? And do you think there are any snubs in anyone that missed out on being nominated? A show, an actor, an actress? But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And yeah, that's a wrap for today's episode of the Truly Odd Podcast, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. And remember to always stay true, be odd.